Hello and welcome to Tea of the Week. Today we're going to look at a flavoured tea, which is a bit unusual for me, and that's a raspberry flavoured tea. Now most flavoured teas have two components to them. A visual component, so you might see leaves or petals, or in this case dried raspberries, but they also tend to have a flavouring component, which if you're lucky is an oil or an essence, but sometimes is artificial. So what you see is not necessarily what's providing the flavour. A great example of that is rose petal tea, where the rose petals are very, very subtle unless they're fresh, and oil is added to actually give it that strength. So without further ado, I'm going to start making this tea. Cyril the clear teapot, of course. And I'll make sure I get one of these delicious dried raspberries in there. A little bit more. Right, and of course some water. Now for those of you who are expecting to look like raspberry cordial, it's not red. Now there's something really important to note about raspberry tea. This one and many of them contain raspberry leaves. Now raspberry leaves have been used for centuries as a herbal way to bring on labour. So if you are pregnant, it is not a good idea to drink raspberry tea. Some herbalists indicate it for some parts of pregnancy, but my advice is don't go anywhere near the stuff if you're pregnant. Yeah, unless you're sort of a bit past the 9 months mark and you're thinking it wouldn't be a bad idea, but it can definitely bring on labour. So, just have a little look at how it's going. It's formed a bit of a yellowish tinge, certainly flavour-wise or aroma-wise there's a very strong aroma of fresh raspberries, which I don't think comes from the leaves, and I don't think it comes from the dried raspberries, though they are delicious if you pick them out and eat them. But it comes from some oil or essence that's added to the tea. Alright, so I'm going to give this one more minute and then we'll see how it works. Okay, it's a minute later and I'm going to have another look at the tea. There's a bit of a reddish tinge coming off the leaves, but it's definitely more brown. It pretty well looks as I'd expect, say, a Ceylon tea, which I'm pretty sure this is, to look. The raspberries haven't added much. I noticed the raspberry is floating. But let's give it a go. I'm very fond of raspberry jam, and I must say I suspected this would be a great tea to have with raspberry jam. On some nice scones. It's a tremendous tea. Has a sweetness to it, as you'd expect. It's quite evenly balanced with raspberry and the tea flavour. So my recommendation is find your local tea shop, buy a small quantity of the raspberry tea or other flavoured teas, give them a go, and if you like them, cheers.